In the vast expanse of the Milky Way, humanity's first steps into the cosmic ocean went unnoticed by the galaxy at large. It was the year 2157 when Dr. Elora Chen, lead scientist at the Quantum Propulsion Laboratory, made the breakthrough that would change the course of human history. Her discovery of the Chen-Nakamura field allowed for the manipulation of space-time itself, opening the door to faster-than-light travel. As news of the breakthrough spread, governments and private entities raced to harness this new technology. The United Earth Coalition, formed in the wake of climate crises and resource wars, saw an opportunity to ensure humanity's survival and prosperity among the stars. In a rare display of global unity, Operation Starseed was initiated. Under the cover of routine satellite launches and asteroid mining operations, humanity began its clandestine expansion. The first extrasolar colony, Nova Terra, was established in the Proxima Centauri system. As years passed, more colonies followed: Helios Prime in the Tau Ceti system, New Avalon orbiting Epsilon Eridani, and the research outpost Hawkins Point near the galactic core. Captain Zara Okoa stood on the bridge of the UES Horizon, Earth's most advanced exploration vessel. Her dark eyes scanned the holographic display of charted human territories, a web of connections spanning nearly 1,000 light-years. To think, she mused, less than a century ago, we were still arguing about whether to return to the moon. Her first officer, Commander Aiden Kelly, chuckled. And now we're out here, mapping quantum corridors and establishing hidden outposts. Sometimes I wonder if we're moving too fast. Zara shook her head. We don't have a choice, Aiden. Earth's resources are stretched thin, and the population keeps growing. If we don't secure our future out here, we might not have one back home. As if to punctuate her point, a priority transmission lit up the comm panel. Captain, the ship's AOIA, announced, incoming message from Fleet Admiral Yuki Tanaka. Priority Alpha. Zara straightened her uniform, put her through AOIA. The stern face of Admiral Tanaka materialized on the main view screen. Captain Ochoa, I hope I'm not interrupting anything crucial. Not at all, Admiral. What can we do for you? Tanaka's expression grew grave. We've received troubling data from our long-range quantum sensors near the Orion Arm. There's something out there, something big, and it's moving fast. Zara felt a chill run down her spine. In all their explorations, humanity had yet to encounter any signs of advanced alien civilizations. Can you elaborate, Admiral? The data is still being analyzed, but preliminary reports suggest a massive energy signature. Unlike anything we've seen before, it's not following any known celestial patterns. We need the horizon to investigate immediately. Aiden stepped forward. Admiral, with all due respect, we're not equipped for first contact scenarios. Shouldn't we alert the coalition and prepare a diplomatic? Negative, Commander, Tanaka cut him off. This is strictly reconnaissance. We can't risk alerting whatever's out there to our presence. Not until we know more. Captain Ochoa, I'm transmitting the coordinates now. Proceed with extreme caution. As the transmission ended, Zara turned to her crew. The weight of responsibility settled heavily on her shoulders. They were about to venture into unknown territory, potentially making first contact with an alien civilization. The fate of humanity could rest on their actions. All right, people, she addressed her team. This is what we've trained for. Aiden, plot a course to those coordinates. Dr. Emerson, I want you to recalibrate our sensors to pick up any anomalies. Lieutenant Crows, run a full diagnostic on our stealth systems. We're going in quiet. As the crew sprang into action, Zara couldn't shake the feeling that they were standing on the precipice of something monumental. Humanity had spread its seeds across the stars, growing stronger and more resilient with each passing year. But now, faced with the possibility of an advanced alien presence, she wondered if they were truly ready for what lay ahead. The horizon slipped into quantum space, its advanced engines leaving barely a ripple in the fabric of space-time. As they traveled, Zara reviewed the classified files on humanity's secret arsenal. Hidden beneath the surface of Mars, engineers had constructed the Ares platform, a massive shipyard capable of producing warships at an unprecedented rate. On Europa, Project Kraken had successfully weaponized dark matter, creating torpedoes that could tear apart the very atoms of their targets. These advancements had been deemed necessary precautions by Earth's leaders, insurance against the unknown threats that might lurk in the cosmic deep. Now, as the horizon raced towards a potential first contact scenario, Zara prayed they wouldn't be needed. Days passed in tense silence as the ship neared its destination. Finally, Aoya's voice broke through the quiet. "Captain, we're approaching the coordinates, preparing to drop out of quantum space." Zara nodded. "Take us out, nice and easy. Passive sensors only." The viewscreen shimmered as the horizon re-entered normal space. At first, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Then, Dr. Emerson's voice rang out, tight with tension. "Captain, I'm picking up something. It's massive." The main display zoomed in, revealing a structure that defied comprehension. A vast, geometric shape hung in space, its surface a patchwork of metals and energy fields. It pulsed with an inner light that seemed to bend the very starlight around it. "My God," Aiden whispered, "it's bigger than Earth's moon." Zara leaned forward, her mind racing. "Are we detecting any signs of life? Any transmissions?" Dr. Emerson shook her head. "Nothing yet, but wait." Her console erupted in a flurry of alerts. "Captain, it's changing configuration." Before their eyes, the massive structure began to shift and transform. Panels slid apart, revealing cavernous openings large enough to swallow entire cities. A surge of energy rippled across its surface, and suddenly, the horizon's systems went haywire. "We're being scanned," Lieutenant Kruz shouted. "They've pierced our stealth field like it wasn't even there." Zara's training kicked in. Evasive maneuvers. "Get us out of here now." But it was too late. A beam of coherent energy lanced out from the alien structure, enveloping the horizon in a field of shimmering light. Zara felt a strange sensation, as if reality itself was bending around them. "RIA, status report," she demanded. The A's voice came through, distorted and glitching. "Unable to comply, Captain. Unknown force is..." Aoya's voice cut out, replaced by an otherworldly hum that resonated through the ship's hull. In that moment, as the alien technology effortlessly overpowered humanity's most advanced starship, Zara Ocho realized the true scale of what they were facing. Humanity's silent expansion, its carefully guarded secrets and hidden strengths, suddenly seemed insignificant in the face of this cosmic giant. As the horizon was drawn inexorably towards the massive structure, Zara made a decision. With trembling hands, she activated the quantum entanglement communicator, a device reserved for only the direst emergencies. In a burst of data that defied the laws of physics, she sent a message directly to Earth. "First contact made. Alien presence confirmed. Technology far beyond our own. The sleeping giant is no longer humanity. We are but ants in the shadow of gods. May whatever force guides the universe have mercy on us all." The message sent, Captain Zara Ocho straightened her uniform and faced her crew. Whatever came next, humanity would face it together. The silent vanguard had completed its mission, but the true test of human resilience was only just beginning. As the alien structure engulfed the horizon, bathing it in otherworldly energies, the first chapter of humanity's greatest adventure came to a close. The galaxy would never be the same, and the echoes of this encounter would ripple across the cosmos for eons to come. The sleeping giant had awakened, but it was not humanity. In the face of this new reality, the true measure of human strength and ingenuity would be put to the ultimate test. The quantum entanglement communicator on Earth crackled to life, its sudden activation sending shockwaves through the United Earth Coalition's command center. Fleet Admiral Yuki Tanaka's face drained of color as she deciphered Captain Oto's desperate message. The room fell into a stunned silence, broken only by the soft beeping of monitoring equipment. "My God," whispered Dr. Elara Chen, her hands trembling as she gripped the edge of the conference table. "What have we awakened?" Admiral Tanaka's military training kicked in, pushing aside the initial shock. "Sound the alarm. I want every colony, every outpost on high alert, and get me the Coalition Council. Now." As the command center erupted into controlled chaos, the true gravity of the situation began to sink in. Humanity, in its secret expansion across the stars, had stumbled upon something far beyond their comprehension. The carefully laid plans of Operation Starseed now seemed like child's play in the face of this cosmic revelation. Thousands of light-years away, aboard the alien structure, Captain Zara Ochoa and her crew found themselves in a realm that defied human understanding. The interior of the massive construct shifted and pulsed with energy, its architecture a blend of organic forms and impossible geometries. "Status report," Zara demanded, her voice steady despite the fear gnawing at her insides. Commander Aiden Calais shook his head, bewildered. "All systems are, I don't even know, Captain. It's like our technology doesn't make sense anymore. AOAR is offline, and half our equipment is showing readings that shouldn't be possible." Dr. Emerson, the science officer, stared at her datapad in awe. "Captain, the energy readings here, they're off the charts. This structure, whatever it is, it's manipulating fundamental forces of the universe like they're putty." Before Zara could respond, a shimmering field of energy coalesced before them, taking on a vaguely humanoid shape. A voice, if it could be called that, resonated not through the air but directly in their minds. "Visitors, unexpected, evaluation required." The crew of the Horizon froze, their training offering no protocol for this scenario. Zara stepped forward, her heart pounding but her voice resolute. "I am Captain Zara Ochoa of the United Earth Coalition. We come in peace and seek to understand." Peace. Irrelevant. Potential. Assessment. Images flooded their minds. Earth's history, its triumphs and atrocities, flashing by in an instant. The entity was sifting through their collective knowledge, evaluating humanity's worth in the span of heartbeats. Back on Earth, the Coalition Council convened in an emergency session. Representatives from every major nation and colony world gathered, their faces grim as Admiral Tanaka briefed them on the situation. "Ladies and gentlemen," she began, her voice echoing through the chamber, "we stand at a crossroads. Our worst fears and greatest hopes have been realized simultaneously. We are not alone in the universe, but we may be woefully unprepared for what comes next." The council erupted into a cacophony of voices, fear and anger battling with curiosity and awe. Some called for immediate military mobilization, while others argued for attempts at peaceful communication. Dr. Chen, invited to speak as the pioneer of FTL technology, raised a hand for silence. "We must approach this with caution and wisdom," she urged. "Our technology, advanced as it may seem to us, is clearly primitive compared to what Captain Ochoa's team has encountered. A show of force could be catastrophic." As the debate raged on Earth, humanity's fate hung in the balance aboard the alien megastructure. The entity probing the Horizon's crews suddenly withdrew, leaving them gasping and disoriented. "Evaluation complete. Species, human. Designation, potential threat/SSAT." Zara's mind raced, recognizing the weight of this moment. "Please," she began, choosing her words carefully, "we seek only to learn and grow. We mean no harm to anyone in the galaxy." The entity pulsed, its energy fluctuating in patterns that hinted at deep contemplation. "Intention event. TAP ability paramount. Humanity possesses passivity of greatness and destruction." Suddenly, the horizon shuddered, and through the viewports, the crew watched in horror as a beam of unimaginable energy lanced out from the structure, heading towards Earth. "No," Zara cried out, but her protests fell on deaf ears. The entity's voice resonated once more. Test initiated. Survival determines FAT. On Earth, alarms blared as sensors detected the approaching energy beam. In the council chamber, faces turned ashen as the realization of imminent doom set in. Admiral Tanaka's voice cut through the panic. Activate Project Aegis. It's our only hope. Beneath the surface of the moon, a secret installation hummed to life. Project Aegis, a planetary defense system developed in utmost secrecy, prepared to face its ultimate test. Massive energy collectors deployed, ready to attempt the impossible, redirecting or absorbing an alien attack of unimaginable power. As the beam approached, humanity held its collective breath. In this moment, the ingenuity and determination that had driven them to the stars would be put to the ultimate test. The silent vanguard had awakened a slumbering giant, and now all of Earth stood in its shadow, awaiting judgment. The energy beam struck the Aegis system with a force that shook the very foundations of the moon. For a heart-stopping moment, it seemed as though the defense would crumble instantly. But then, against all odds, the collectors began to glow, straining against the onslaught but holding firm. In the Coalition Command Center, Dr. Chen watched in awe as readings poured in. "It's working," she exclaimed. "The Aegis is actually channeling the energy, but... oh no." Admiral Tanaka leaned in, her face taut with tension. "What is it?" "The system wasn't designed to handle this much power," Chen explained, her voice trembling. "If we don't find a way to disperse it safely, the backlash could tear the moon apart and take Earth with it." As humanity faced this existential threat, the crew of the Horizon watched helplessly from their captive vantage point. Captain Ochoa turned to the alien entity, her voice filled with a mixture of defiance and pleading. "Please stop this. We've done nothing to provoke such an attack. If you truly wish to evaluate us, give us a chance to show you who we really are." The entity pulsed, its energy patterns shifting in what might have been curiosity. Unexpected resilience, adaptation observation, continuation warranted. With those cryptic words, the energy beam cut off as suddenly as it had appeared. The Aegis system on the moon glowed white-hot, overburdened with power it was never meant to contain. In that moment of respite, humanity's true test began. Could they harness this unexpected gift of cosmic energy? Would they use it to propel themselves further into the stars, or would it destroy them in their hour of triumph? As alarms blared and scientists raced against time, the fate of Earth hung in the balance. The sleeping giant of the cosmos had stirred, and humanity's response would determine not just their survival, but their place in the grand tapestry of the universe. The first contact had been made, and the shock waves would reshape human civilization forever. But as Captain Ochoa and her crew shared a look of determined hope, one thing became clear. Humanity would face its challenge as they had faced every other, with resilience, ingenuity, and an unwavering spirit of exploration. The stage was set for the next phase of human evolution, a crucible of cosmic proportions that would test the very limits of human potential. The galaxy watched and waited, as the children of Earth prepared to either ascend to the stars or be consumed by their fire. As the alien energy pulsed through the Aegis system, threatening to tear the moon apart, humanity faced its greatest challenge. The next few hours would determine not just the fate of Earth, but humanity's place in the cosmic order. In the Coalition Command Center, Dr. Elara Chen's mind raced. "We need to disperse this energy," she muttered, her fingers flying over holographic displays. "But how?" Admiral Tanaka's voice cut through the chaos. "What about the quantum corridor network? Could we use that to channel the energy away from Earth?" Chen's eyes widened. That's brilliant. But we'd need to reconfigure the entire network. It would take weeks with our current." "We don't have weeks," Tanaka interrupted. "We need solutions now." As if in answer to their desperation, screens around the command center lit up with incoming transmissions. "Colony worlds, research outposts, even the mysterious Hawkins Point near the galactic core, all were reaching out, offering resources, brainpower, and technology. Dr. Chen's face lit up with hope. Of course, we're not alone in this. Humanity has spread across the stars. Together, we might just have a chance. Across the human sphere of influence, a great mobilization began. The quantum entanglement network, once used for secret communications, now buzzed with a flurry of data exchange. Scientists from 100 worlds collaborated in real time, their collective intellect focused on a single crucial task. On New Avalon, terraforming engines were repurposed, their massive power cores redirected to help stabilize the quantum corridors. The asteroid miners of the Kuiper Belt, experts in manipulating gravity fields, lent their knowledge to containing the surges of alien energy. Even the reclusive researchers of Hawkins Point emerged from their isolation, offering breakthroughs in exotic matter manipulation that could prove crucial in channeling the immense power safely. Back on the alien megastructure, Captain Zara Ochoa and her crew watched in awe as humanity's response unfolded. The entity that had engulfed their ship pulsed with what seemed like curiosity. Coordination OBSA or VET. Adaptability noted. Zara stepped forward, her voice filled with pride and determination. This is who we are. Faced with impossible odds, we come together. We innovate. We survive. Commander Aidan Kelly added, and we don't leave anyone behind. He gestured to the screens showing the global effort. Look at them. Every human from Earth to the farthest colony, working as one. The entity's energy patterns shifted, displaying something akin to approval. Potential reserved. Further observation required. As the hours ticked by, the combined efforts of humanity began to bear fruit. The Quantum Corridor Network, originally designed for FTL travel, was being transformed into a vast energy distribution system. Exotic matter injectors, hastily constructed based on designs from Hawkins Point, were deployed at key nodes to stabilize the flow. Dr. Chen, her eyes red from exhaustion but burning with excitement, addressed the Coalition Council. It's working. We're actually doing it. The energy is being channeled away from the moon, dispersed safely across thousands of light years. A cheer went up in the command center, but Admiral Tanaka remained focused. What about the excess energy? Even spread out, it's got to go somewhere. Chen's smile widened. That's the beautiful part. We're not just dispersing it. We're using it. Every colony, every outpost is tapping into this energy. We're witnessing a quantum leap in our technological capabilities. Reports flooded in from across human space. On Helios Prime, the energy influx had supercharged their fusion reactors, solving their power crisis in an instant. The shipyards of Air's platform found their production capabilities increased 100-fold. Even the fledgling colonies on the fringes reported miraculous terraforming progress as the alien energy revitalized dead worlds. In the Coalition Council chamber, representatives who had been at each other's throats just hours earlier now worked in perfect harmony. Old rivalries were set aside, replaced by a shared sense of purpose and awe at what they were accomplishing together. President Adama of the African Union stood to address her peers. My friends, we stand at a turning point in human history. This crisis has shown us what we can achieve when we act as one. I propose that we make this unity permanent. Let us forge a true united Earth, not just in name, but in spirit and action. The proposal was met with thunderous approval. Centuries of division were being erased in the forge of this cosmic trial. Humanity was being remade, tempered by alien fire into something stronger, more unified than ever before. As the immediate danger passed and the moon stabilized, attention turned back to the horizon and its captive crew. Captain Ochoa had watched the events unfold with a mixture of pride and trepidation. She turned to address the alien entity once more. You've seen what we can do. We faced your test and emerged stronger. We don't seek conflict, but we've proven that we can hold our own in this vast universe. What say you now? The entity's form shimmered, its energy patterns more complex than ever. Evaluation Coentine potential Coentine gateway OPNG. With those cryptic words, a surge of energy enveloped the horizon. Captain Ochoa and her crew felt a sensation of movement, of vast distances being crossed in an instant. When the sensation passed, they found themselves back in Earth orbit, their ship unchanged, but somehow enhanced by its encounter with the alien technology. As the horizon re-established contact with Earth, the full impact of what had transpired began to sink in. Humanity had not just survived its trial by fire, it had been transformed by it. The quantum energy network now linked every human world and outpost, forming the backbone of a true interstellar civilization. Dr. Chen, reviewing the data from the horizon, gasped in astonishment. The alien energy, it's changed our ship on a fundamental level. If I'm reading this correctly, the horizon now has capabilities we've only dreamed of. Faster-than-light travel without a quantum corridor, energy shielding that defies our understanding of physics. Admiral Tanaka nodded solemnly. It seems our silent vanguard has become a beacon, lighting the way to our future among the stars. As news spread across human space, a wave of jubilation and wonder swept through the populace. The fear of the unknown was replaced by a burning curiosity, a desire to explore and understand the vast cosmos that had revealed itself. In orbit above Earth, Captain Zara Oko stood on the bridge of the horizon, gazing at the blue marble of humanity's birthplace. The ship hummed with newfound power, a gift and a challenge from the cosmic entities they had encountered. "Your orders, Captain," Commander Kelly asked, his voice filled with anticipation. Zara smiled, feeling the weight of history on her shoulders, but also the boundless potential that lay ahead. "Prepare the ship, Commander. We have a galaxy to explore and a place to earn among the stars." As the horizon's enhanced engines powered up, humanity stood united, forged in the crucible of first contact. The sleeping giant had awakened, not as a single nation or world, but as a species ready to take its place in the grand tapestry of the cosmos. The dawn of a new era had arrived, and humanity, in all its resilience and ingenuity, was ready to face whatever wonders and challenges awaited them in the vast, unknown reaches of space. The newly christened United Earth Fleet flagship, UAS Horizon, hung in high orbit above a world that had changed almost beyond recognition. In the weeks following humanity's trial by cosmic fire, Earth had undergone a transformation that would have seemed impossible mere months ago. Captain Zara Oko stood on the bridge, marveling at the sight below. Massive space elevators stretched from the surface to orbital stations, a constant stream of traffic flowing between them. The quantum energy network, born out of desperation, now pulsed with life, connecting every corner of human space in a web of instantaneous communication and power distribution. Quite a view, isn't it? Admiral Yuki Tanaka's hologram materialized beside her. Hard to believe how far we've come in such a short time. Zara nodded, her expression a mixture of pride and determination. "Indeed, Admiral, but I can't help feeling that this is just the beginning. The entity that tested us, it's still out there watching, waiting." Tanaka's hologram flickered as she sighed. "You're right, of course, which is why the Council has greenlit Operation Stardust. Captain Ochoa, are you and your crew ready for a mission that will take you further than any human has gone before?" Zara straightened, feeling the weight of responsibility settle on her shoulders. "We're ready, Admiral. What's the objective?" "Exploration and first contact," Tanaka replied, "but not just with the entity you encountered. Our long-range sensors, enhanced by the alien energy, have detected multiple points of interest across the galaxy. Potential civilizations, cosmic phenomena we can't even begin to understand. Your mission is to investigate, to learn, and if possible, to establish peaceful contact." Commander Aidan Kelly, who had been quietly monitoring ship systems, spoke up. "Admiral, with all due respect, are we sure we're ready for this? We've barely had time to understand our own new capabilities, let alone prepare for encounters with unknown civilizations. Dr. Emerson, the science officer, chimed in. I disagree, Commander. There's no better way to understand our new capabilities than to put them to the test. Besides, every moment we delay is a moment another civilization might be advancing, perhaps even becoming a threat. Admiral Tanaka nodded approvingly. Well said, Doctor. Captain Ochoa, your first destination will be the Andromeda Galaxy. A stunned silence fell over the bridge. Zara was the first to find her voice. Andromeda? But that's over 2 million light-years away. Even with our enhanced drives, it would take 3 days, Tanaka interrupted. Based on Dr. Chen's calculations and the data from your ship's upgrades, the Horizon is now capable of intergalactic travel. Captain, you'll be the first humans to set foot in another galaxy. As the reality of their mission sank in, excitement began to build among the crew. This was why they had joined Earth Fleet, to push the boundaries of human knowledge and exploration. Very well, Admiral, Zara said, her voice steady with resolve. We accept the mission. When do we depart? Immediately, Tanaka replied. Operation Stardust is already underway. Other ships are being dispatched to various points of interest within our galaxy, but the Horizon is the only vessel capable of reaching Andromeda. Good luck, Captain. The hopes of humanity go with you. As the hologram faded, Zara turned to her crew. You heard the Admiral. Let's make history. Mr. Kelly, plot a course for the Andromeda Galaxy. Dr. Emerson, I want continuous scans as we travel. If we're going to be the first humans in another galaxy, we'd better be prepared for anything. The Horizon's enhanced engines hummed to life, a sound that seemed to resonate with the very fabric of spacetime. As the ship accelerated, the stars began to blur, and reality itself seemed to bend around them. 3 days of faster-than-light travel passed in a blur of sensor readings, theoretical discussions, and barely contained excitement. When the Horizon finally dropped out of FTL on the outskirts of the Andromeda Galaxy, the crew fell silent in awe. Before them sprawled a vista of cosmic beauty beyond imagination. The spiral arms of Andromeda stretched out, glittering with billions of stars. It was a sight no human eyes had ever beheld, and for a moment, the weight of that reality left them breathless. Dr. Emerson's console suddenly lit up with alerts. Captain, I'm detecting something. It's like nothing we've ever seen before. On the main view screen, a structure began to take shape. It was vast, easily dwarfing the Horizon, yet it seemed to shimmer in and out of existence, as if it wasn't fully part of their reality. My God, Aiden whispered. Is it some kind of space station? Dr. Emerson shook her head, her fingers flying over her console. Not exactly. The energy readings. Captain, I think it's alive. Or at least as alive as something on this scale can be. Before Zara could respond, a familiar sensation washed over the bridge. The alien entity they had encountered in the Milky Way was here, its presence unmistakable. Arrival CONFIRNED. Gateway Travelers at Kennen OLAGE2. Zara stepped forward, her heart pounding but her voice steady. We come in peace, seeking knowledge and understanding. Are you related to the entity we encountered in our home galaxy? All is one. Separation is ALUZIAN. UAKVPASSED first trial. Now begins the true test. The living structure before them pulsed with energy, and suddenly the Horizon was bathed in a field of scintillating light. Knowledge began to pour into their minds, glimpses of civilizations risen and fallen, cosmic wonders beyond human comprehension, and hints of a universe far stranger and more wonderful than they had ever imagined. As the crew of the Horizon grappled with this influx of cosmic awareness, they realized that Operation Stardust had become something far greater than a mere exploration mission. They stood at the threshold of a new chapter in human history, poised to take their place among the stars not just as observers, but as active participants in the grand dance of the cosmos. The living structure's voice resonated once more, filled with what could only be described as anticipation. DACGS of potential AAVBEN planted. Nurture them well, Shay Ildorian of Earth. Your jovial age has only just begun. With those words, the structure began to shift and change, revealing what appeared to be a series of gateways, each shimmering with the promise of new worlds, new civilizations, and new wonders to explore. Captain Zara Oko looked at her crew, seeing in their eyes the same mix of fear and exhilaration that she felt. Humanity had taken its first steps into a larger universe, and the path ahead was filled with both peril and promise. Well, she said, a smile tugging at her lips, it seems Operation Stardust has become Operation Universe. Crew of the Horizon, prepare for the greatest adventure in human history. The cosmos awaits. As the Horizon moved towards the first of the mysterious gateways, the crew couldn't help but feel that they were turning a page in the story of their species. The silent vanguard had become the vanguard of a new era, one in which humanity would forge its destiny among the stars. The sleeping giant had not just awakened, it had evolved, ready to face whatever wonders and challenges the vast, unknown reaches of the universe might hold. And as the horizon vanished into the shimmering portal, the promise of that future burned bright, a beacon of hope and determination that would guide humanity through the cosmic ages to come. The quantum communicator aboard the UAS Horizon crackled to life, its signal stretching across intergalactic space. Captain Zara Oko's voice, tinged with awe and excitement, filled the United Earth Council chamber back on Earth. Council members, what we've discovered, it's beyond our wildest imaginations. The gateway led us to a galactic nexus of sorts. We're in the presence of representatives from civilizations across multiple galaxies. Humanity is being invited to join a cosmic community we never knew existed. The council chamber erupted in a mixture of gasps, murmurs, and exclamations. Dr. Elara Chen, now serving as Earth's Minister of Science, leaned forward, her eyes glinting with curiosity. Captain, can you elaborate? What kind of civilizations are we talking about? Zara's hologram flickered as she gestured expansively. It's overwhelming, Dr. Chen. There are beings of pure energy, silicon-based life forms, even creatures that exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously. And they all gather here, at this nexus point, to share knowledge, resolve disputes, and guide the evolution of younger species. Admiral Tanaka, her normally stoic expression betraying a hint of concern, spoke up. And how do they view us, Captain? Are we seen as equals, or as primitives? There was a pause before Zara responded, her voice measured. They're cautiously optimistic about our potential, Admiral. Our response to the trial we faced, our rapid adaptation and unification, it impressed them, but were definitely seen as newcomers, with a lot to prove. President Adama of the United Earth Government raised a hand, silencing the murmurs that had begun to rise. Captain Ochoa, it seems we stand at a crossroads of cosmic proportions. What do these beings expect of us? And more importantly, what opportunities does this present for humanity? Zara's hologram straightened, her expression a mixture of determination and hope. They've extended an invitation, Madam President. Humanity is being offered a seat at what they call the Galactic Conclave. It's essentially a United Nations of the cosmos, but our acceptance comes with responsibilities and challenges. Dr. Chen leaned in, her scientific curiosity piqued. What kind of challenges, Captain? 3 trials, Zara replied. First, a test of our ethical and moral fiber. Second, a demonstration of our scientific and technological capabilities. And third, a challenge that will push the very limits of our creativity and adaptability. The council chamber fell silent as the weight of this revelation sank in. Humanity, so recently united in the face of cosmic trial, now faced an even greater challenge. Their place in the universe, their very future as a species, hung in the balance. President Adama stood, her voice ringing with resolve. Then we shall meet these challenges head-on. Humanity has come too far to falter now. Captain Ochoa, you and your crew have done exemplary work. Return to Earth for a full debrief. We have much to prepare." As the transmission ended, the United Earth Council burst into action. Committees were formed, experts were consulted, and a galaxy-wide call for humanity's brightest minds was issued. The sleeping giant was now fully awake, and it was time to show the cosmos what humanity was truly capable of. Months passed in a flurry of preparation. On Earth and every colony world, humans worked tirelessly, pushing the boundaries of science, philosophy, and art. The trials set before them had ignited a renaissance of human achievement. For the ethical trial, philosophers and leaders from every culture came together, synthesizing millennia of human wisdom into a comprehensive ethical framework that honored diversity while establishing universal principles of cooperation and mutual respect. The scientific challenge saw unprecedented collaboration between theoretical physicists, engineers, and even fringe scientists whose ideas had once been dismissed. Together, they made breakthroughs in quantum mechanics, dark matter manipulation, and even the fundamentals of consciousness itself. But it was the third trial, the test of creativity and adaptability, that truly showcased humanity's unique strengths. Artists, musicians, storytellers, and dreamers from every corner of human space contributed, creating a tapestry of human expression that was as diverse as it was unified. Finally, the day of reckoning arrived. The UES Horizon, now joined by a fleet of humanity's most advanced ships, prepared to return to the galactic nexus. Captain Oko stood on the bridge, flanked by representatives from every facet of human achievement. As they approached the shimmering gateway that would take them to the galactic conclave, Zara turned to address the assembled representatives. "No matter what happens next, remember this. We stand here not just as individuals, but as the embodiment of humanity's hopes and dreams. Every person, from Earth to the farthest colony, is with us in spirit. Let's show the cosmos what humanity is truly capable of." The fleet entered the gateway, emerging into a realm that defied description. The galactic nexus pulsed with energy and possibility, a meeting place of minds and civilizations beyond human imagining. Before them loomed the galactic conclave, a structure that seemed to exist in multiple realities simultaneously. Representatives of 1,000 species turned their attention to the human delegation, their curiosity and skepticism almost palpable. A being of pure energy, its form constantly shifting, addressed them. "Humans of Earth, you stand before the galactic conclave. Your trials begin now. May your actions reflect the true nature of your species." What followed was a test unlike anything humanity had faced before. For the ethical trial, they were presented with complex moral dilemmas that spanned galaxies and eons. The human delegation drew upon their prepared ethical framework, but also showcased their ability to adapt and empathize in the face of truly alien perspectives. The scientific challenge pushed the limits of human understanding, requiring them to solve problems that involved manipulating the very fabric of reality. Here, the collaborative spirit that had driven their preparations shone through, with scientists building upon each other's ideas in real time to achieve the impossible. But it was in the final trial, the test of creativity and adaptability, that humanity truly excelled. They presented a symphony of art, music, and story that transcended traditional forms, incorporating elements of science and philosophy to create a multidimensional expression of the human experience. It was a performance that moved even the most alien of observers, bridging gaps of biology and culture through the universal language of emotion and imagination. As the trials concluded, the galactic conclave withdrew to deliberate. The human delegation waited, the fate of their species hanging in the balance. Captain Oko stood at the forefront, her posture resolute, embodying the strength and hope of humanity. Finally, the conclave reconvened. The energy being spoke, its voice resonating across multiple planes of existence. "Humans of Earth, you have been judged. Your ethical framework, while young, shows great promise. Your scientific acumen, though in its infancy, demonstrates remarkable potential. But it is your creativity, your ability to adapt and innovate in the face of the unknown that truly sets you apart. A ripple of anticipation passed through the human delegation as the being continued. It is the decision of the Galactic Conclave that humanity be granted provisional membership. You will be assigned mentors from elder races, but you will also be expected to contribute your unique perspective to our shared future. Cheers erupted from the human ships, quickly tempered by the gravity of the moment. Captain Ocho stepped forward, her voice clear and strong. On behalf of humanity, we accept this great honor and responsibility. We have much to learn, but we also have much to offer. Together, we look forward to writing the next chapter of cosmic history. As the human delegation prepared to return to Earth with news of their success, they knew that this was not an endpoint, but a beginning. Humanity had earned its place on the galactic stage, but the true test lay ahead. How would they shape the future of the cosmos? What wonders and challenges awaited them among the stars? The sleeping giant was now fully awake, its potential recognized across the galaxies. And as the UES horizon led the fleet back towards the Milky Way, Captain Zara Oko couldn't help but smile. The greatest adventure in human history was just beginning. A century had passed since humanity took its place on the galactic stage. The Earth of 2285 bore little resemblance to the world that had first reached for the stars. Gleaming cities stretched into the skies, their spires interconnected by streams of flying vehicles. The scars of old conflicts and environmental damage had long since healed, replaced by vast parks and restored wildernesses. In high orbit, the Terran Nexus station hung like a jewel, a testament to human ingenuity and alien collaboration. It was here, in a chamber that blended human aesthetic with alien functionality, that Captain Zara Okur, now Admiral Ochoa, her hair streaked with grey, but her eyes still bright with the fire of exploration, addressed the Galactic Conclave's newly formed Cosmic Expansion Committee. Distinguished representatives, Zara began, her voice carrying the weight of a century's experience. 100 years ago, humanity stood on the brink of a new era. Today, we stand at another threshold, one that will redefine not just our species, but the very nature of galactic civilization. The chamber hummed with anticipation. Beings of various forms, energy constructs, silicon-based life, and things beyond easy description, focused their attention on the human admiral. Project Cosmic Web, Zara continued, activating a holographic display that filled the chamber. A network of stable wormholes connecting not just our galaxies, but the very fringes of the observable universe. With a combined knowledge of 100 species and the unique human talent for thinking outside established paradigms, we believe this project is not only possible but essential for our collective future. A Vulcan elder, a being of pure thought, pulsed with curiosity. Admiral Ochoa, while we acknowledge humanity's contributions over the past century, this proposal is unprecedented in scale. The energy requirements alone are staggering. Zara nodded, a smile playing at her lips. Indeed, elder, which is why the next phase of our proposal may sound even more audacious. She gestured, and the holographic display shifted, showing a massive structure surrounding a supermassive black hole. We propose harnessing the rotational energy of black holes through an advanced Penrose process. This would not only meet our energy needs, but also allow us to manipulate space-time on a cosmic scale. The chamber erupted in a cacophony of reactions, excitement, disbelief, and concern, mingling in a storm of alien communication. Zara stood firm, her posture reflecting the confidence of her species. A Quarthian diplomat, its crystalline form shimmering with agitation, spoke next. This is more than mere engineering, Admiral. You're proposing to reshape the very structure of the universe. The ethical implications alone are staggering, Zara finished for him. Yes, we're well aware, which is why we spent decades developing a new ethical framework, one that considers the rights and well-being of all sentient life, including forms we have yet to encounter. She nodded to a group of humans and aliens seated nearby. Our Joint Ethics Committee has prepared a comprehensive proposal for your review. As the discussion unfolded, touching on subjects ranging from the technical challenges of cosmic engineering to the philosophical implications of reshaping reality, it became clear that humanity's influence had grown far beyond what anyone, human or alien, could have predicted a century ago. The astral archivists, beings of pure data who had observed galactic civilizations for eons, pulsed with a communication that silenced the chamber. In our long observation of emerging species, never have we seen such rapid advancement, such audacious vision. Humanity has not only adapted to the galactic community, but has become a driving force for progress. This project Cosmic Web, it has the potential to usher in a new age of exploration and understanding. Zara bowed her head in acknowledgement, humbled by the praise from such an ancient and respected entity. Thank you, Archivist, but we recognize that we don't walk this path alone. Every species represented here, and countless others across the cosmos, have played a part in bringing us to this point. Project Cosmic Web is not just a human endeavor, it's a testament to what we can achieve together. As the session concluded, with the committee agreeing to move forward with feasibility studies for Project Cosmic Web, Zara found herself reflecting on the journey that had brought humanity to this point. From a species taking its first tentative steps into the cosmic ocean to one now proposing to reshape that ocean itself, it was a transformation beyond anything she could have imagined when she first took command of the horizon. Later, standing in her private quarters aboard the Terran Nexus station, Zara gazed out at the Earth below. The quantum communicator chimed, and a familiar face appeared. Dr. Elara Chen, now well into her second century thanks to life extension technologies, her role as humanity's scientific pioneer long since evolved into that of a revered elder. Quite a day, old friend, Elara said, her holographic form smiling warmly. I remember when we thought faster-than-light travel was the pinnacle of achievement. Now look at us, cosmic engineers. Zara chuckled, shaking her head in wonder. Sometimes I can hardly believe it myself, Elara. A century ago, we were the new kids on the block, just trying to prove we belonged. Now we're helping to chart the course for the entire galactic community, Elara finished. It's a heavy responsibility. Zara nodded, her expression turning serious. Indeed it is. But I can't help feeling that this is what we were meant for. Not to conquer or dominate, but to explore, to question, to push the boundaries of what's possible. The sleeping giant has certainly awakened, Elara mused, though I doubt anyone could have predicted just how far we'd come. As they continued to chat, discussing the implications of Project Cosmic Web and the challenges that lay ahead, a notification flashed on Zara's console. Breaking news from one of the farthest human colonies, out on the fringes of the Andromeda Galaxy. Hold on, Elara, Zara said, pulling up the report. Her eyes widened as she read. My God, they've made contact with a new form of life. A species that exists in subspace, completely invisible to our normal senses. The implications for Project Cosmic Web. Elara leaned forward, her holographic form flickering with excitement. A whole new paradigm to consider. Zara, don't you see? This is why the cosmic web is so important. Every discovery, every new perspective, enriches us all. Zara nodded, feeling a familiar surge of excitement, the same feeling that had driven her to join Earth Fleet all those years ago. You're right. The universe is vaster and more wondrous than we ever imagined, and we're just getting started. As the two old friends continued their discussion, delving into the possibilities its new discovery presented, the Earth continued its stately orbit below. But humanity's gaze was no longer limited to its home planet, or even its home galaxy. The children of Earth had taken their place among the stars, not just as observers, but as shapers of cosmic destiny. The sleeping giant had not only awakened, it had ascended, becoming a force for progress and discovery on a universal scale. And as Project Cosmic Web began to take shape, promising to connect the farthest reaches of the cosmos, one thing became clear. the greatest chapters of human history were yet to be written. In the vast tapestry of the universe, humanity's thread now shone brightly, intertwined with countless others, weaving a future of infinite possibility. The echoes of their ascension would resonate across space and time, a testament to the indomitable spirit of a species that had once gazed at the stars in wonder and now reached out to reshape them. The adventure that had begun with a silent vanguard venturing into the unknown had become a cosmic symphony, with humanity playing a crucial part in its endless, awe-inspiring composition. And as the first tendrils of the cosmic web began to stretch across the galaxies, the universe itself seemed to hold its breath, waiting to see what wonders this young, audacious species would unveil next.